Welcome to Brains and Banter, where academic ambition meets lively conversations. We're your hosts. I'm Sydney.
And I'm Tegan.
So you're about to be an honors freshman? Buckle up. We've got advice from current students, wild stories, and survival tips to help you crush it, or at least not totally embarrass yourself.
Friends, fun, and figuring it all out. We've got you covered. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to
Brains and Banter!
Woo!
Special guest Chicha.
This episode, we just kind of wanted to talk about our experiences freshman year and give advice for incoming freshmen and share some of our stories
and tips for what to do, what not to do, what to be prepared for, that kind of thing.
Because it's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
And if you're not prepared, it can be a nightmare.
Yes. A fun nightmare, though.
Very, very well worth it.
Mm-hmm. So, if you didn't know us, we're kind of going to do a little introduction, I should say.
So, I'm Sydney. I'm a junior in the honors program. I'm an accounting major, minoring in, obviously, honors. Application process, getting into the honors program. I initially did not want to apply for honors. I did not think I was smart enough. No way. My mom forced me to apply on the very last day the applications were due. And look where I am now. It's been very rewarding and enriching, and I couldn't have asked for a better experience so far, and friends and professors to help me get through it. So
I'm Tegan. I'm a junior as well. I'm a pre-physical therapy major, and I'm minoring in honors as well. I'm originally from Jinx, so not that far away, like 45 minutes. And my, I guess, process to apply was very similar to Sydney's. My mom forced me as well. I think it was like a week before the deadline, though. So I was a little ahead of her, yes. But yeah, I heard about it from my cousin as well. She went to Rogers State, graduated, I want to say like a couple years ago. And she was in PLC, and so she had nothing but good things to say about honors and the campus and university in general. So that's how I got here, and I love it. Like Sydney was saying, it's given me the best experiences, and I feel like I've been able to grow a bunch as a person as well as intellectually. So
yeah, like we talk about this all the time. Before we got into honors, we never would have had the sort of discussions that we do now. Like sitting on this couch, we will be talking about the most outrageous things,
yeah,
like
super deep,
critical thinking.
Yeah, we'll come home from class and we'll just do like a little debrief, and the next thing we know, we've been talking for an hour about like philosophy and like our lives and stuff, and it's kind of weird because I don't know, I never would have thought that would be where we are, especially freshman year. Like, I mean, Sydney and I barely talked freshman year.
Yeah. Freshman year was rough.
Yeah.
Very rough, to say the least.
We literally lived 2 doors down from each other alone. We both lived alone. And we said maybe like a couple words to each other at honors events.
Honors events, yeah.
And maybe a little bit in class. We sat together.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't think we talked much.
No, but even though we didn't talk that much, I still was like, oh, this is my friend.
Yeah.
This is my friend in honors.
So I guess like going off of that, we can kind of talk about friendships and stuff in honors a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I think something that a lot of people struggle with coming in freshman year is like finding friends and like thinking that everyone has this really good support system and they're just alone. I know I was kind of like that. I mean, coming to Rogers State in the honors program, like I knew no one, like absolutely no one. No one from my school, none of my other friends. They all went to OSU, OU, and so I was kind of like, oh, I'm all alone, living alone on this campus. Like,
yeah. And I feel like another big thing is everyone, which you won't know that everyone feels like this, but almost everyone feels like they don't belong and they have a sense of like imposter syndrome. I know I definitely had that, and I was like, I do not belong here. Like, I'm not as smart as these people. if I open my mouth, like I'm just going to sound stupid compared to everyone. And so I feel like that holds a lot of people back freshman year from making friends and like creating those relationships. At least it did for me.
No, I definitely agree. I mean, you can ask pretty much anyone in the honors program now, and they'll be like, yeah, no, I feel like I don't belong. And even now, sometimes it's still like, oh, like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't be here. But obviously, you're meant to be here.
You just got to get out of your shell.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be introverted. Don't feel like other people are better than you because you're all here. You all earned the scholarship. You deserve it. So just mingle. Get outside of your comfort zone. No one's judging you, which that's another big thing, especially in our generation. I feel like everyone's always worried about, oh, what is this person gonna think of me? Oh, this person hates me. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But they don't.
You generally, like, freshman year, just kind of got to get out. Go do everything you can and, like, anything you can to meet people. I know beginning of my freshman year, Sophie and I, another honors freshman, we lived next to each other. We were kind of one of the first people, I guess, who like met. Like we just met each other in the hallway, and we went and we knocked on the people that are like in our little pod. I guess
Did you
we
knock on
knocked
my
their
door?
I think so.
I think you did knock on my door.
Yeah. Do you
I was
remember like us
why are
just
these
like
people
introducing
knocking on my
ourselves?
door?
It
Yeah.
was very like uncomfortable, and I will admit I was like, what am I doing? Like you knock. I don't want to. But we went and we knocked on all the doors that are kind of like shared our little bathroom, and we introduced ourselves, and it just kind of was like a way to kind of meet people.
Break the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't stay holed up in your room.
yeah.
Like Tegan said, get out and go do things. Make an effort to go to the events and be a part of things because that's the only way you're going to meet people and really enjoy your experience here.
Yeah. Because it's very easy with the workload and all of the homework to just sit in your room and do homework all alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I know like a lot of people, and I think something about the freshmen this year is they like they all just like get together and study, and like that's something that I kind of wish we did a little more.
Yeah. Star of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, today's episode is brought to you by, well, we guess we should say inspired by, the podcast It's Been an Honor. You know, the one that might sound a little bit like ours, but with a slightly different angle. So if you're into copying original ideas, or just really love the idea of imitating greatness, check it out. It's been an honor today. It's an honor, we guess. But if you're into real brains and real banter, like actually original content, stick with us here at Brains and Banter for the best in creativity, wit, and well brains. No honor required. This episode is definitely not actually sponsored by It's Been an Honor, and any similarities in content, tone, or level of brilliance are purely coincidental and possibly flattering. Brains and Banter is not liable for side effects of listening to other podcasts, including but not limited to confusion, disappointment, or spontaneous laughter at our obvious superiority. Stick with Brains and Banter for originality and premium content. Terms and conditions do not apply because we make the rules. Thank you and enjoy responsibly.
Another big adjustment, I think, coming in to college and the honors program in general is the first semester. You might have heard it before, but I feel like I wasn't warned, I want to say, enough about it. I kind of just went in blind. But first semester will kick your butt, especially if you're not ready for it. I mean, there's not too much you can do to prepare for it.
No, especially it's a lot different if coming into the honors program aside from just being a freshman in college because the workload it's just insane. Coming from high school to the stuff that you have to do in college,
It's a lot.
It's insane. It doesn't matter if you've taken college courses in high school. Like I did that junior and senior year. None of that compared to what I experienced the first semester of freshman year.
The two main classes that every freshman's going to have is honors seminar and literature and rhetoric 1. And so those two classes everyone's going to be in. I know we were also in speech, government. There's some other classes depending, but it's the two main classes that everyone is going to have freshman year is seminar and literature and rhetoric 1. And those are some heavy classes. I mean, I think we had just between those two classes 22 novels.
22, yeah.
Like novels, like books.
Thick books.
And we read, I think, all but maybe one. I think one we didn't get to in one of our classes.
and you're having to read simultaneously for the class. So you'll have like one novel you're reading for seminar and then one you're reading for lit and read.
Yeah.
And those have to be done with like within the week.
Yeah. Like we'll read a good 2 novels a week.
Yeah.
And I think it's changed a little bit because we had a different professor than they have now. But our freshman year, we had Miss Emily Dial Driver. Love her. We love her, honestly. But we were having to do like a paper, or what was it called?
A
SAR?
reflection. A
SAR.
SAR. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like summary, analysis, and reflection,
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
So it was like a 1.5 page paper every single week, or about every book we were reading. And so it was like we were reading all these novels and writing all these papers, and it takes up a lot of your time. And like we were saying, it's very, very easy to like just get in that headspace of I need to be doing this all the time and like be in my room alone.
Yes.
And so,
which it is like you do need to take time alone to get your homework done, but doing your homework is not the most important thing in the world. I didn't understand that our professors were very understanding and they're very big on mental health. So if you're struggling to like get your homework done, just tell your professor. Like it's not that big of a deal. They're not going to fail you because of it. They'll understand because they know the workload is heavy.
Yeah.
You just have to be open and communicate it to them.
Yeah. That's another big thing about the honors program is like the professors and Dr. Ford, Dr. Gray, like all of them like know kind of what we're going through, obviously, because they're the ones putting us through it. But like they're all super sweet individuals, and like it's honestly just like a big family.
Yes. It's very like once you start opening up and getting to know people, it is just one big family. And it's like the best sort of family dynamic that you could possibly have going through this new experience.
It's like this huge support system.
Yeah.
Because they all know what you're going through too. The seniors, the juniors, the sophomores, like they've all been through it. And so they can offer advice or just like help you and give you tips and tricks because sometimes you just need someone to talk to.
Yeah. And we did put out a survey asking some of the other honor students for some advice. And a lot of them said to go outside, read other things that like take your mind off the actual novels. Don't procrastinate. Like, go out with your friends, go get a coffee, go treat yourself. Don't stay holed up, secluded, because you're going to be miserable and you're going to cry a lot.
Yeah, I think a big thing is like having something you enjoy to do outside of school. And so I know my freshman year, even now I still do it, but I love going to the gym and like working out. And so I'm able to like take study breaks or take homework breaks and go to the gym for an hour or two and kind of get my brain off of that. And like I'm just able to kind of relax. And then I can come back and start studying more, start reading more or something.
Yeah. I definitely like recommend doing 30-minute study intervals. And then so study for 30 minutes, take a little 10-minute break, and then get back to it.
Yeah.
Studying is a very big part of honors. Not even just honors, but like just classes in general. Yes. Because in high school, I'm suspecting if you're in the honors program, you didn't really have to try very hard in high school. I know I didn't. I never had to study for anything, but it's like now I have to take notes and I actually have to study. So make sure you have good study habits and you don't procrastinate it until the night before because you're going to hate your life.
That's another thing that we got a lot on our survey. And also, I feel like some pieces of advice we can give you is to not procrastinate everything because I will admit I love procrastinating. I still do at times. I've gotten a lot better, but freshman year, there would be times I would wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning to write a paper that was due for my 10 a.m. class because I didn't want to do it the night before.
Pulling all-nighters, like just don't do it to yourself.
It just
get it
wears
done
you
early.
out so much more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you don't have the energy for anything else, and it's not good. So don't do it.
It's a very vicious cycle. So break it while you can.
Yeah. Another big part of freshman year is speech class. Don't it's hard. Speech class, I will admit, is very hard.
Yeah.
But if you just go into it open-minded, you'll get through it. You'll get through it. It's not that bad.
The class itself, honestly, wasn't super horrible. Like, the workload and stuff wasn't bad. It's
No.
just different. Like, neither of us love public speaking. I still don't. I still struggle with it. But something we did that, like, our class did that was super fun was we just, like, made the best of it. Like, when we would present, we would dress up. Like, the guys would wear suits, like, full-on suits.
Yeah, it was
We
funny.
would put, like, work pants on with heels, and, like, we'd be all fancy, and it just made it so much more enjoyable. And we honestly did that a lot. We would dress up for, like, any presentation that we had or any, like, event, and it was just so much fun.
I would also add that Dr. Avusa is a very good professor to have for speech because she makes it fun, she makes it enjoyable, she makes it interesting. We did skits in class several times, I want to say. Those are some of the funniest memories I have of freshman year.
Yeah. We worked hard on those too.
Mm-hmm.
We probably put in like so much more effort than like she expected.
Yeah.
And we did. I mean, she told us, she was like, didn't she say we were like one of her favorite classes?
Yes. Yeah.
Love her. She's amazing, honestly.
Yes. Such a genuine person and like wants you to do as best as you can for yourself. But just keep in mind, everyone's nervous going up there. No one wants to mess up, but you're going to mess up. It's not that big of a deal. No one's going to remember it. Like, you just have to go up there with confidence and get through it. That's all you can really do. And if, like we were talking about with making friends and putting yourself out there, if you already have made that relationship between your peers, which are in that class, it's not as bad because you're like, oh, I know these people. It's not as terrifying.
Yeah, you're just talking to your friends basically at that point. And that's kind of something that first semester freshman year really does, is like you're around this group of people, these like 24, 25 people, like basically all semester long. And so it's awesome because you get to be able to build these close relationships with them. And I think some grades do it better than others. I want to say like our grade, like we did okay, but I wouldn't say we're like the closest grade ever.
Yeah. There's definitely certain groups that are closer than others, but we all get along. Like, there's no one that's like, oh, I hate these people.
Yeah.
Like, you're just around them all the time, so you have to enjoy their company. You have to like them. You have to get used to it. Like, there's no other option.
Yeah. If you hate someone, don't.
Be kind. Kindness, what the world needs. Well, that concludes our episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it and you take some tips and tricks away. Yeah. I think that's all we have.
That's really it. Hope you guys enjoy.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.